Hi guys, welcome to Back to Basics episode 7 with me, Sims, Az and Slinky. Guys, we have got one massive, hell of a big show on today. It's going to be awesome. Right, a couple of things before we start. I'm going to say this, right? Grab a drink, go to the toilet, do whatever you need to do, and please ignore the time that you see on the bottom of this video. It could be a long one because we have got a ton of stuff to put in this. Okay, quick rundown. First of all, we're going to start off with AGL 7. We're going to have a quick overview, look at all the teams, the ranks and positions, who went, what happened. We have a very, very special guest on that is going to help us along with that. There is probably nobody better to actually talk about it than the man, because he was actually there, and he was actually part of the team which won. So it's going to be good, believe me. Okay, moving on, we're going to talk about the TopMid 4v4. This is an EU competition that Mr. Kara has helped develop himself. There are, if I'm correct, it's 4 Astro A30s and mix amps to be won. So we need you guys to sign up, whether you're a new team, old team, whatever. We need to get sign up, get people involved, and do something for the EU community. It's something there, something good for once. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the Halo at E3. We're not going to talk too much about Halo. Well, hashtag Halo 5 apparently is going to be known. No one really knows, but that's what they've been saying. A little bit about it, but not too much, because we've just got so much else to do. We're not going to be talking about the Xbox One. I'm going to point blank put that now. That will be next month, or next week, should I say, episode, because there is just too much stuff to go through, okay? Talking about UMG. UMG Chicago, which is coming up for the American competition of Halo. We're doing that then, because that's going to lead us on to the guest who we have on today. He's going to talk about that as well. After that, Rainer on the show. We've got Matt, a.k.a. Kamikaze, also known as Kami for short, and we've got Ayrton, if I've said it right, the owner of Rain. He's going to be on here and he's going to be talking about it. They're going to put it on. They've got a massive, massive announcement to do, guys, and we've got a video to show you, and we're going to talk about them as well. And also, I think happy to say, we're going to talk about your relationship with Ambush and things like that, and how things are going with them. And then finally, I'm not going to tell you his name. I'm going to let him jump in when we talk about AGL 7. We've got our very, very, very special guest on, and he's going to be talking pretty much through the entire. We're going to do an interview with him at the end, but he's going to talk through the entire show. And it's going to be good. Bear with me, and trust me on this one. You don't want to miss this episode. We're putting timestamps on. If it's a little bit long and you want to skip through the parts, be my guest. But trust me, this is going to be a show you do not want to miss. So, we're going to start off. I've got a couple of things to say myself. First of all, I want to say, well, I'm going to pass Adam on after this about the Halo Bulletin, which... it's going to be short, but believe me. And then I want to do just a really, really quick before we start. I want to say thank you to the Beyond Entertainment guys, teambeyond.net. Last week, after we spoke about their show, they put our show on the front page of their website. Now, this is just from me. I just want to show my appreciation from the team. The appreciation of putting us on there was fantastic. Our show, just looked at it, has done 1,222 views. That's the most we've ever had of one show. And the people who subscribe to our show, it shot up from, I think, Harry, is about 64 to over 100 now away, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
It's incredible. So thank you so much, guys. And I've been trolling those forums for a while now, and they're looking pretty damn impressive. So I'd suggest, guys, if you still have not done it, get yourself on there. Another really quick thing before we start as well, over at TopMid, we are still taking donations for the Black Magic. Harry, can you just tell people again what the Black Magic is exactly and why we need it?
Yeah, essentially the Black Magic is a piece of hardware where we are able to stream all 8 points of view at an event. So on the feature station we saw at EGL, at EGL 8 we only had 2 points of view, so 1 from each team, which was kind of a bit lame. But if we purchase this piece of hardware through donations, we're pretty much able to stream every person's point of view on the feature station, so obviously that's a massive, massive plus.
I bumped it up to $200. I think I've put about 25 quid or something like that. If everyone can just donate a tenner, even a fiver, guys, if everybody on TopMid donated a fiver, we'd piss the sum in no time, you know what I mean? We would, wouldn't we? You know what I mean? We'd fly through it. If everyone could, even 2 quid, if you got 2 quid, a fiver, anything that you can donate, just do it. Roy would be much happier. Roy would approve of this. Right. Enough of me talking. I say enough of me talking. There's not going to be much happening with this one. Adam, what's happened in the Halo Bulletin this week?
Well, usually what happens is part of the show, everybody switches off and skips to the timestamps where, the more important stuff comes into it. But choosing Harry's job and does this. But basically, the bulletin has not been done because everyone at 3 for Free is at E3. Of course, we'll cover that later, especially about Halo. There's not really a lot to talk about, so there's literally no bulletin this week, so you'll be glad to hear that. And I think we've got to pass it on to Harry to talk about the next topic.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, so, yeah, straight on to the next topic. Last weekend, AGL 7 in Nashville. It was a huge event. I don't know the specific numbers. I think it was about 60 or 70 teams or something like that, but it was an amazing event. I mean, in terms of the production quality of the actual event, AGL stepped up massively. I mean, the casting and the whole quality of the event from a spectator's point of view was absolutely amazing. And I think the guests that we have on will, maybe be able to testify to the quality of the actual event later on. Wink, wink. So yeah. Just to round out sort of the top 8 results from this event, top 8 was Reality Check, Believe the Hype. Bit of surprise to see Believe the Hype down that low. Into the top 6, Crowd Pleasers, which was Kratos' team, and Slaughterhouse, which was Neighbour and Best Man's new team. Up into 4th, rounding up the top 4 is Warriors. I mean, no one thought that they would slip that low, but didn't really work out for them, dropping Ryanoob. And then onto Ryanoob, up into 3rd is Pulse Classic, which was Chig, Mikwin, Rousseau and Ryanoob. Up into 2nd, an old face, Flame Sword with Status Quo, Ace, Enable and Dursky, and of course, number 1, who else would it be? Of course it's Rain Ambush. I mean, these guys absolutely dominated this event. And I'll talk a little bit about those guys after I've sort of rounded this up. But yeah, the Astro tournament MVP was actually Chig from Pulse Classic. He won an Astro A40 set, which was, it's really cool. And the Caster's Choice Award was Formal from Rain Ambush. He won $500 in cash and a nice little trophy. So, I mean, yeah, that's you're not going to say no to that. A bit of $500, a bit of cash in pocket. But anyway, back onto Rain Ambush. This event, they absolutely steamrolled everyone. I mean, this team, man, this is scary. I mean, no one even came close. I think I didn't watch the whole event, but I didn't see them drop a game. And I think part of what that came down to was the fact that they were so organised. I mean, I've never seen a Halo team control the pace of the game as much as Rain Ambush did. At AGL, we think of maps like Dispatch. When we see them play at EGL, it's usually sort of a run and gun type of map, and not a lot of control. It can be a bit hectic, but when you watch Rain Ambush and as well as that sort of maps like Simplex, but when you watch Rain Ambush play maps like these, I mean, they control the pace so much. They know when to slow the game down. They know when to speed up the pace, and it was scary. It was really scary to watch. But yeah, we'll talk a little bit about Rain Ambush later on. Series of the event for me had to be the losers bracket finals, where it was Status Quo against Pulse Classic, and Classic came in 3-0 down, and everyone sort of wrote them off. But they managed to claw it back to 3-2, and suddenly everyone sort of thought, hold on a second, this is going to be a close series. But unfortunately, Status Quo went on to take the next 3 games, so that sort of went out 6-2. But when they won those first 2 games, man, that was a really, really good series to watch. Outside of the event, in the stream chat, I saw Fear Itself and Victory at X said they really, really wanted to attend the next AGL event. Also in the finals, Formal got a Killing Frenzy Dispatch flag. A Killing Frenzy in the finals of a tournament, man. That is absolutely insane. Yeah, that sort of rounds up AGL, and just quickly to sort of round off the subject of sort of the US community, Russo has parted ways with Classic, and guess who they have picked up? It's Roy. Roy's back, man.
That's huge. That is huge.
Huge. It's so big, man. That's going to help them a lot, because obviously Roy is a solid player. But in my opinion, I don't see them sort of breaking that barrier of sort of top 3. I can't see them getting top 2. Maybe they could beat out Status Quo, but I just think Warriors won't make that same mistake twice, and they might just sneak back up there. But yeah, that sort of rounds up AGL for me. It was a really, really good event to watch. I really enjoyed it, and I absolutely cannot wait for the next event, UMG Chicago. It's going to be really good.
Because, like, from what I saw from the event, like, I didn't catch all of it, like a few of us, especially because the hours it ran at, but, like, Ambush were just ridiculous, and obviously they had, they had a good coach, they had good players, and they all worked together, and, they definitely showed that if you stick together, if you practice, and I heard at Warriors when it was practiced, compared to our teams at the event, but, like, they showed, like, their prowess, they showed how well, they stood out from the crowds, and, I know, like, Formal was, I'm pretty sure he tweeted, talking about how he's known before what it's like if you drop a roundup, like he will come back to get you, and he does. And you were talking about Roy. Roy was a person. I think who was it that tweeted? I think it might have been Chick. Chick tweeted that like, his first game back, he went 44 and 20 or something. His first game back, like I'm pretty sure. I'd feel quite comfortable with Roy sitting, beside me at an event. I mean, like you said, he's probably not going to change, like, the first, second, third, first, second kind of, like, placements are pretty solid, but it's good that people like him have come back. It makes me happy.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it's great to see a face like that back, but as I said, I think first event, sort of Chicago, they are attending, I believe. I don't see him that making that much of an impact straight away. I think he's been out of the game too long. I mean, you look at the game type of of the top teams. I mean, I think they've just been playing too much Halo 4, and I don't think he'll make that much of an impact, to be honest. But again, it's great to see all these old players coming back, man. Especially with people like DMAC as well. Did anyone see? Was it DMAC that came back on Beyond? Yeah, one of the gameplays at the start, he did his whole "lock it up" thing. It was so cool, man. That was
brilliant. That
was amazing.
Fantastic.
It was so good.
You know what? Honestly, I'll tell you what I want to see. Let's just go for it. Roy, strong side, T2, Warshay. Damn, that would be a god squad. I don't know if they'd be any good or not because I know they don't play it an awful lot nowadays. But Jesus, it would just be good. I mean, there's so many people. I mean, I went onto the Team Beyond forums and all the old names that just come flashing back. It's incredible, and it's incredible to see so many players now. And maybe, just maybe, with the update and with how many people are coming back, maybe they're coming back. Maybe it's Halo's now clawing its way back to being the top game, especially with the Halo 5 teaser trailer. People might be thinking, yeah, we need to jump back on this bandwagon. We've gone away from the game a little bit, and it's got good, and we're missing out. Yeah, it's getting really good, and AGL 7, like you say, it was just incredible. I personally have only watched a few games, but just the atmosphere, and I think Gandhi and Maven, what they do is just. They do a fantastic bit of commentary. They work their asses off, and they do a really, really damn good job of running that stream and the commentating. And I think it's people like that. Halo missed. Harry, you're going to be speaking about later on, but like Halo, it's missing the names of the commentary that all we ever used to know and hear about was Mr. Puckett himself. He was Mr. Halo, but they're doing such a good job, and they're working with that stream. And I've been seeing tweets fly back and forth about them commentating at UMG, and I think they'll be doing it. Don't quote me. I know that the UMG actually tweeted Maven saying we thought you couldn't do it, and he says things changed. So all being well, we'll see them doing it again because they're doing such a good job with the Halo community. It's untrue. Yeah. What do you think? Should we get our guest on and let him have his say of the? Look at you, Harry. You're like a little child.
I'm so excited.
All right,
guys.
Come on. I'd like to welcome Mr. Tyler Hoyt, Mr. Diesel himself, aka NASA, to the show. Tyler, welcome to the show.
Hello, guys. What's up?
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Yeah, good, thank you. First of all, thank you for coming on the show. Second of all, congratulations on the win at AGL.
Thank you.
How are yourself and the team feeling?
We're feeling great. We can't wait till UMG next week. They're taking a couple days off because we kind of grinded out and we played a lot of Halo during the tournament. And we're starting back up on Friday, so tomorrow, actually. So we're pretty excited for that. Get ready, start practicing, maybe play Classic a little bit, see how they play with Roy.
Yeah.
It'll be
How do you
interesting.
think Roy will do in Classic now?
I mean, he's a great pickup. It's Roy. He will probably it'll take him a few weeks to get to where he wants to be. I know yesterday he was playing during an 11-game series with Warriors. He was at the beginning he was running around and wasn't playing that well, but towards the end of the scrim, he was playing amazing. It's his shot's going to always be great. So when people see him, he's just going to be able to four you, and it's going to be bad. But I don't see him being a threat coming at UMG, but at AGL 8 for sure, he's definitely going to be. Them and Classic together are going to be a threat. So it's going to be fun. Can't wait. It's going to be exciting Halo, and it's going to be amazing.
Well, two questions on that one. One, do you think, kind of round off, do you think that it's going to make them a stronger team? And two, will he be as much of a god as he was in previous titles of Halo?
Yes, he's going to make them. He's going to add to the skill in that team, to the knowledge. All he has to do is like learn like map movement, and that's about it really. I mean, his shots are there, and he's going to be a god because you can't get zoomed out in this game, and that is going to be scary across like maps like Haven, Simplex. He's just going to be able to four you across the map, and what's going to be the difference early on is going to be like someone knowing where to go on the map and then jumping back out and using the map to their advantage over him. So, yeah, he's going to be a monster. He's going to be a monster. Ola's a monster. Roy's a monster. And if Lunchbox or, Ogre comes back, then they're both going to be monsters as well. So,
what's the likelihood of getting further people like the names that you mentioned there coming back into the game? Or do you have any insight to any people that could be coming back?
I heard, and I believe you guys mentioned it earlier, that Fear Itself and Victory were really looking forward to attending AGL 8. So that may be a possibility. I heard that they maybe want to compete at UMG Chicago. That might happen, but it's a week away, so I'm going to go with they'll probably be back around AGL 8. Other than that, anybody can come back, really. I know Ogre 2 would probably it'd probably take him for like MLG to pick it up again, or hopefully Virgin does something with the game. I know they have the license with it, so maybe they put more money into it. Maybe they work with AGL and bump the pay up. But right now we're winning like $5,000 for first place and like $3,000 for second. And I don't think that's enough money to get him interested into it again.
Coming back onto sort of UMG Chicago in the next AGL event, who do you see pushing your team sort of ambush to the next level? Who do you see sort of pushing your team the furthest and giving you a really close series?
I have two teams that I can see giving us like a bit of like competition. I always believe that Status Quo is a great team. Enable is just amazing. He has like a half a thumb, and he's a god. And then Flamesword is just a great leader. Dursky and Ace they're great players. So I predicted them to be second actually before this last AGL, and they got second. And then Warriors didn't have Goofy for 2 weeks, and they practiced for 3 days maximum. And now you have Goofy, like he's at Ninja's house for 2 weeks, just playing side by side. And then you have Legit and APG side by side for 2 weeks. So they're all four together. Well, not four together, but like there's two groups together, and they're gonna have 2 weeks of practice. And I believe you'll see them top three. They have to beat SQ, and that's just gonna be hard.
Do you think, with you saying they had 4 days of practice together because Goofy was away, do you think that was the reason we saw the position that they were in when AGL had finished?
Yes.
Definitely.
I totally believe that. I think you would have saw the Warriors classic matchup on Saturday if Severance would have went, and on Saturday Classic wasn't playing to the best of their ability. So if that match would have happened on Saturday, I think Warriors would have took that and it would have been in a completely different situation. But Severance didn't show up, and everybody got moved up. So that was a huge part to like how the tournament played out. So,
Adam, do you have any questions on AGL that you think is irrelevant or anything like that? I just want to bring you on. I know you're not too well, buddy, but
I know I'm not feeling too great. I just wanted to say, Tyler, like, see, I know you said you'd like to be called a coach. What is the term you like to be called?
I don't like being called a coach. I do like to be called, if I'm called anything, it's a coordinator. I coordinate moves when teams should push for certain power weapons, where they should run the flag. So it's more of, I'm not coaching a child from 5 years old in Halo up to when they're like 25 to go to the big leagues. I'm helping. I'm a fifth member. That's what I am.
yeah.
Yeah. So
I've always said you're a team of 5 at the end of the day, aren't you? They're not a team of 4, it's a team of 5.
Yeah, I mean it depends because some coaches and I will say coaches, they don't help their team much, and sometimes they can cost games. So I guess there's a few of us that are good, and I've been told that I'm pretty good, but
Oh, you won.
yeah,
You must be good, bro, if you're doing something good.
But I mean, I can coach ambush, and I can do everything that they want me to do, and I can go to Warriors and do the same thing that I did on ambush and it not work. So I'm a great coach for ambush. That's what I can say. So, but I mean, I would do anything any other team would want me to do anyway. So I guess I'm a great coach.
I need to ask, man, when can we get a NASA voice on one of these Halo 4 timer applications, man? I need a NASA voice.
I keep getting asked. I might give it in. I don't use a timer like an app. I use a stopwatch on my phone. So I don't know. I can't. I don't think I can promote something I don't use. But I may just hop on and do. I know a few people ask me, so that might happen.
The first time I watched the stream and you were coaching, I heard that, the timer going down, and the chat was going mental. It was just like everyone typing 10, 10, 9, 9, 8. I was like, oh my god. But it's like, yeah, people enjoy it, and like, it's really helpful. So
yeah, I mean, people, it's cool to think that when I do that, there's like 2,000 people in the chat going nuts and saying NASA and blast off. And I know they want me to say blast off, but that's just, we're working on something. It's going to be like Pistol is going to pick up Overshield and maybe say blast off, and that would make people happy. But yeah, right now I think it's awesome. I've never seen anyone do a countdown like that in any Halo game, and it just, in this game everyone can shoot, right? So you hit shots from everywhere, and the hit registration on LAN is amazing. So you can't really set up for a power weapon. But if you know right when it's going to land, you can just run across and grab the OS, and that's what started it out. It was on Abandon, grab an Overshield, especially when it was on that perch. We call it like oak tree. So it was on the oak tree, and you have to like run up there. And if you position yourself up there and wait, then you can get melted and you can die and then lose position for the Overshield and then to moving ring 3. So we do it to where someone like waits and baits the Overshield, and then at 5 seconds they start running for it, and then at 1 second they run over it, and you'll notice it lands at 2 seconds, but then you can grab it at when I say 1, because it's got to pop open. And so that's why we started doing that, is because you can just run across and grab it instantly instead of waiting for it and then dying. So
all right, I'm just gonna we're just gonna drag this back to the Slinky. Do you have anything else that you want to cover on AGL, or Tyler? Is there anything else you want to? We're going to do an interview with Tyler at the end. I think we've got some more big questions to ask you, bro. Are there any? Do we have anything else to talk about AGL 7 or anything that you want to mention, Harry? Are we good? Is there anything you want to sort of speak about AGL 7? Tyler, with you being there, you might be able to get a better insight on it.
The venue was amazing. I know you probably couldn't see it, but it was amazing. They had a laser tag. Like, it was the LAN center is called Battlefield Knoxville, and it's a LAN center in the front, and then in the back there's 2 different laser tag rooms, and it is amazing. It's they're huge. It was just a blast. But the event, they built their own main stage. Monitors were great. The lighting at MLG events, they have like television lights on you, and it's really hot when you play and when you're under the lights. But this lighting was great. It wasn't hot at all. It was cool in there. It was very spacious, and it was timely. So like it was ran to precision this time, and usually AGLs are backed up a lot. So
is that the reason that you think that they're going back for number 8, aren't they? To the
I believe so. I'm not for sure, but they have like a partnership with Knoxville, Battlefield Knoxville, and I believe like there's going to be a few there. Maybe the national championship is going to be there. I think there's going to be 10, and I'm not for sure. This is just assumptions. I think they're going to go Knoxville, and then AGL 9 will be somewhere else, and then AGL 10 may be the national championships for AGL, and then that's going to be at Knoxville again because the place it's amazing, and they have their own main stage. The people are great, and
you can play laser tag after the game.
Yeah, we were wanting to play laser tag, the 5 members of Ambush versus the 5 members of Warriors, but we just never had time, and we would have slapped them in that too. Let's just be honest, we're great.
Sweet,
So,
sick.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm sorry, I was just trying to figure out some of the call-outs, like just imagining like laser tag between Halo players. It'd just be amazing. Like,
Can
Yeah, it'd be great.
shut up there.
Get him! Get him! It's going wild.
Yeah, Ninja's a great guy. I rode to Knoxville with him on like a 6-hour car ride, and it was great. Great conversation. He's a very entertaining person.
I commentated the EGL 9 championships when he come over here, and he came and sat with us in the commentary, and
I watched that.
oh, the knowledge that guy has is insane, but he's just such an because he lives and breathes Halo. He knows everything about it, but he's just such a genuine guy. He didn't know any of us, but I just shouted him over. He sat next to us, and we just had a full-blown hour conversation about Halo and about what was going off on screen. He's such a genuinely good guy.
Yeah, he's an awesome guy.
Right, I think we round up. Are we all good? Harry, you good for the AGL 7 coverage? Are we good? I'm getting a thumbs up here.
All good.
Right, I'm going to have to pass this back to Harry again, with him being content man. Adam, I'm going to get your feedback on it as a European top player. The TopMid 4v4 tournament. TopMid have now released a 4v4. Am I right in saying this, Slinky? It's to do with Kara? Kara's got the ball rolling on this one?
Aaron Kara, in case you guys didn't know, he's the Halo admin of the European Gaming League events. So everything you see at tournaments is pretty much run by him, even if Jules maybe might not agree with that. But anyway, he's managed to acquire for this tournament 4 sets of Astro A30s with 4 mix amps. So if you live in Europe and you have a team of 4 and you fancy winning some pretty cool gear, make sure you head over to www.topmid.eu and click on the tournaments tab. If you can't find, if you're sort of a bit confused, make sure you click on the news section and there'll be an article there, and all you need to know is right there. And I'm just going to say it right here that a massive thanks is owed to Kara, because he's worked his butt off to try and get these prizes for us, especially with sort of the lull between events, the LAN events that we have over here between EGL 9 and whether it's EGL 10 or Insomnia 49. It's really important to have these kinds of tournaments where there's actual serious competition and there's actually a prize up for grabs. So it's really, really good to see. So yeah, thanks a lot to Kara and the rest of the staff, including me.
And if you're over there, make a donation as well. Get your hand in your pocket. Come on, we want this black magic. But yeah, it's really, really good as that. I think it's like you said before, we're making steps now in the right way, getting European competition up and things like that. And it is going to break it up. It's definitely going to give us something at least to say, yeah, I want to jump on it, especially since people are now floating around because of the AGL 7 and whatnot, and we've just seen that, and how incredibly good it was and incredibly run it was. It's kind of given, and especially even more with the Team Beyond fans. I know we're here at TopMid, but Halo at the moment, I'm getting this vibe and this feeling that Halo's getting back on its feet where it was a few years ago. I'm starting to get the feeling that things are coming together. We're seeing players return, and there is no better time. Kara, again, well done, mate. You've done a fantastic job of getting this. It's really good. And the other thing that does question it is, obviously now Astro are involved. Now he's dipped his toe in the water working with Astro is, what will happen with Astro Gaming UK? Obviously we know how big they are for the US esports industry. If this goes well, and this is why I recommend everybody signs up. I don't think you're just doing it to play, but I think you're doing it for the Europe, because having Astro by our side and on our back helping us out could deem pretty, not necessarily profitable, but it could help us out in the long run, especially with Insomnia coming up. I said it. It could help and it could progress on. So as Harry said, as Slinky said, just sign up. You're in the Europe. If you're in Europe, sign up. Get a team of 4. Don't matter who you are, where you are, as long as you're in Europe and you don't sponge like a bitch. Get signed up and let's play. Let's have a big ass tournament.
Just quickly before you go on to Adam and get his opinion on this. The registrations close at the end of this month, so on the 30th of June, and the games will be played over a weekend, so the 6th and the 7th of July. So make sure you're free for that weekend to play all of your games. So,
I'm assuming if people aren't present, the games will be forfeited and it will be a bye to the opposing team?
Yep.
So make yourself free. Adam, as a European player yourself, with a team, I'm assuming you'll be entering this anyway, and you'll be, you and Jules will be shouting loads of random trash at people and making lots of film-based comments. But how does this bide for the European Halo? I'm not going to say game. I'm going to specifically say Halo industry, European Halo industry. How does this help us, and what do you think of this as a player that is going to be attending tournaments?
Well, first, we can't thank Kara enough. Like, the fact that we have been saying we want tournaments with something at the end of it. We've been doing these little ladders, we've been doing tournaments, midweek cups. There's nothing that comes at the end of it. But now there's 4 Astro headsets and mix amps. That's the biggest prize online that I've seen in a long time. Maybe even from Halo 4. I'm not too sure, but that's the biggest I can think of. And the fact that it's open to anyone, like you said, new players kicking about since AGL. One Irish player called Fig, I think his gamer tag is. Like, I've never heard of him before. And he was asking me, like, ask me questions about the tournament. Like, do you need a full team to get in? I was like, yeah, of course you do. And more players are starting to question more and more about it, because it's a big prize. And this is something we've kind of needed that bit of a push, because obviously all the top teams come back because they want headsets, whether they want to sell them or hang on to them as a spare. Like, it's going to bring everyone in, and it gives everyone that kind of I think the right word. Incentive. Yeah, incentive, like to come back and to play properly. And
you look at them; their mix amps are worth. You're talking at least, because they're going to be 2013 mix amps. They're like £100 each. Them minimum. The mix amps are great. Where's he going?
And I hope he doesn't make his cat into this. But yeah, I mean, the good thing is it's open to everyone in Europe. There's no restrictions that way. Obviously, there's a lot of people that will be entering. Good teams like Deception. They have Mose, who's from Malta. That's all counts as Europe. And all these players are going to come together, and there's going to be a lot of German teams, a lot of French teams, because they've got their own lands to go to. And these prizes, if they can use them, if they can win them, then they'll use them for future events.
Why won't there? It's free at the end of the course. They're going to do it. We know that there is a big backing in France. We know that. Oh, hello, welcome back. Oh, hi. We know that there is a big following in France, a big following in Germany. Especially, we do definitely know there's a big following in Spain after the LVP, because that was the shit. That was a brilliant tournament. But yeah, I am actually going to post this on the TeamBeyond.net forums in a European section, because I know there are quite a few.
I think that Tara's already beaten you to that.
Has he? Oh, that's fine then. Hopefully,
if he's done his job properly. But you never know.
I'll go and have a look if he hasn't. I'll have a look, or at least I'll do is I'll bump it up, because I know there are quite a few. To be fair, which I do find, I don't want to say find it strange, each to their own, how they live kind of thing. But there's a lot of European players on there that I've never seen at TopMid before.
I know. It's crazy.
It's insane. It's such a what did Siren say? It's a I can't remember the word he used. It's just there. It's for everyone to use, isn't it? Really, it's not country specific, and it's not just about Halo. It can be about many other games. But anyway, enough of that.
Yeah. So just to round up, the TopMid.eu Astro Cup. you can win 4 times Astro A30s plus mix amps. Registrations are now open. They close at the end of the month, and the games will be played on the 6th and the 7th of July. Open to everyone who's in Europe. So unfortunately, if you're from the United States or anywhere else in the world, this isn't open to you, unfortunately. But if you do live in Europe and you are able to play games over the weekend of the 6th and the 7th of July, make sure you head over to topmid.eu and sign up.
Good. And also, just before I say it, there's a lot of teams that really under-practiced. High Society and Vibe, being 2 of the top teams that haven't been practicing. A lot of teams, including Johnny Five's team, have been taking games off these top teams because of the lack of practice. This is a good time. Don't think, I can't enter this competition because I'm not going to win. This is a perfect opportunity for you to get your name out there, beat some top teams, get yourself some headsets, so don't be afraid.
Yeah, I like that. Get your name out there. It's not just, even if you don't win the headsets, you performed in a competition, you're getting some games against good people, you're getting your name out there, you might even make some friends that you can start scrimming against, and after you do this, the ultimate thing is, everyone who enters this, if we get a full, how many? What's the team lock on it, Harry? The roster, is it a maximum of 64 or anything, or?
I don't think there's a limit, but I can imagine it'll start off as a sort of a 32 team bracket, and then it'll obviously expand as we get more.
The perfect world, everyone enters this, I'd like to see at I-49. That in a perfect world would be it. Get some practice at this, get some people that start playing them, and get yourself down to Telford and get in I-49. That would be amazing. Right, okay, moving on. Again, next subject we're going to talk about, Halo at E3. Is it Halo 5? Is it Halo 1? Is it just Halo? We saw Microsoft tweet it as Halo 5. What was that? What was that? You some sort of sign there? Hail to the Lord. Yeah, we saw Microsoft tweeting it as hashtag Halo 5, so only one can presume it's going to be Halo 5, but am I right in saying there's no confirmed, written, definite of that?
Yeah, everyone from 343 seems to be sort of labelling it as Halo on Xbox One rather than Halo 5, so it'd be pretty bad to assume that it is Halo 5, but I can't really think what else it would be, to be honest.
The only 2 things you can spot was that the main logo shown at E3 was just Halo, with obviously the symbol right about it, but it wasn't like saying Halo 5. But at the E3 preview, the symbol was a 5 with Halo written through it, so it's obviously not 100% confirmed, but see.
Tyler, if you were to put your money on what it's going to be next, the next game, what would you say?
I know before that announcement, if you asked about Halo 5, they would just say the next Halo game. So I could see, since it's the Xbox One, it could just start out with a new branding, Halo, because Halo 1 was Halo Combat Evolved. But I also saw that it was a 5, so I know they're contracted to make 2 more games in the new trilogy, so I'm going to go, and it's going to be Halo 5. That's what I'm going to say it's going to be. So
I hope it is. I like the numbers.
I hate the numbers, man. You're going to get to a point where it's going to be like Halo 7, and that's just not going to look pretty. Like, we need better names.
So you'd like Reach? Oh, Halo Reach. Halo Push.
Mate, no one wants Halo Reach.
You want numbers, man. You want numbers. Or Halo Combat Evolved 2.
Yeah. Let's hope not. But, I mean, if they remake Halo CE, that'd be great because that game was amazing. But I don't know. I wouldn't want not a prequel, but a sequel to Halo CE. That's not Halo 2.
Harry, do you have anything to run with on the Halo at E3? Is there anything that you want to run with on that, or should we just have some questions on it?
Yeah. Official Xbox magazine kind of said that they wanted to show Halo at E3, which sort of seemed to me like they were just pushing Halo for the sake of getting sort of a big name out there. And part of the article kind of said that they like getting a Halo trailer there just for the sake of there being a trailer, pretty much is what it said. So that's kind of disappointing, especially with how Halo 4 was kind of really, really rushed. So that doesn't really bode well, but I'm sure 343 know what they're doing. Anyway, please, let's wrap this up because I'm so excited to announce the very next bit. I want to hear what Rain has to say, man.
Yo,
Oh, really?
just quickly say, see when the trailer was on, I was watching E3 during the stream, and it was on, and couldn't see what was going on. I never saw the hand, because you know about where he pulls at the dog tag. And despite Halo 4 not being perfect, right, despite Halo Reach being a bit meh, and as soon as that hood flew back, and I saw Master Chief, there's a part of me inside that I just was really happy. I was like, Master Chief. But, yeah, I mean, it's good that they've done it. I mean, I'm not trying to delay Harry's eagerness, but nah, it's good to see that at least Halo's not gone forever. So yeah, I'm happy.
Okay. Yeah. From at the moment then with Halo 4, we knew that we didn't have a beta, we didn't have the 4-shot, which probably wasn't the be all and end all, but we do know it's better because at the end of the day, like I said before, leave things in the past. It wasn't Halo 2, so we didn't have the 4-shot. Adam, if you're not feeling too well, buddy, just turn off your mic, mate, and we'll come back to you when you need to. All right. Adam's not feeling too well, guys. Not been very well, so he's made a big effort to come on here. If you need to go, mate, just shut the camera down and we can leave it as it is. All right. If you don't come back, you don't come back. So no beta. We've said the 4-shot. The rank system was a bit of a joke, really, that we didn't have a rank system to keep people wanting to play. There are many, many different reasons. Tyler, if there were a few things that you would suggest that Halo 5 needed for its release, for instance, if 343 was watching this now, what would you say to them that Halo 5 needs that we didn't get on the release of Halo 4, or even before Halo 5 comes out? What do we need Halo 5 to give us?
Okay, I did just tweet about this earlier to Quinn and a few other people, but Halo needs to get back to where it was and to become a game that people continue to play. One of my favorite quotes is, you can play a competitive game casual, but you can't play a casual game competitive. And what needs to happen is, first thing is de-scoping. We need de-scoping again. Get rid of flinch. We need de-scope. Second thing, get rid of sprint. It just allows you to not make the correct decisions and get away from things. So, and people complain about maps being big, but look back at Halo 2, and I remember playing Big Team Battle when I wasn't playing hardcore for hours and hours and hours on end, and look at Waterworks. I walked across Waterworks around a Spartan that was 8 feet tall, and my stride was longer than 3 men. You know what I mean? That's what it is. You're moving across, you're moving across the ground pretty quick because you're a big person. So it's like sprinting. He weighs 2 tons, right? He's not going to be able to sprint all the time. And then what needs to happen next is spectator mode, because online play needs to be casted, and that build up on. And they announced that it's 60 frames a second with dedicated servers. So that means when we play the people across the pond, it's even. It's even. So we can play tournaments with each other. You know what I mean? So we can actually play things like online tournaments for money with you guys, and with online, with the ability to have a spectator mode. Battlefield even has a spectator mode now. So every first-person shooter that is relevant really has a spectator mode, except for Halo. So that's next. So we need no flinch, no sprint, de-scoping back in the game. We need a 4-shot BR out the gate. We need a ranking system out of the gate. And, it'd be great right there. Join in progress needs to be fixed.
Ugh.
I hate it. Yeah.
What would you think about a beta? Do you think a beta is absolutely necessary then?
A BR?
A beta before the games were launched.
A beta. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, this is the accent problem that we're going to have.
Betas cost a lot of money, and it's like building 2 games before it comes out. So what needs to happen is they need to bring in the best in the world, and that's kind of biased to say that, but they need to bring in ambush high society. They're the top team over there. The top team that used to be in Australia. I know Bino, Voltage, all them guys. Those are I'm pretty good friends with them. Hef is hilarious, man. I love hanging out with Hef. But those guys, like the best in the world, bring out 5 teams, 5 of the best professional teams in the world for a week and just break the game. Because guess who's going to break the game when it comes out? Not the casuals. They're going to be sitting in a corner with a mauler. The professional Halo players are going to be able to break the game. So let them break the game and then fix it. We don't really need a beta because, again, betas cost so much money. It's like building a whole nother game twice. It's like building a game twice, really. So if they could do a beta, hell yeah, I'd love a beta. And I don't know if I can say hell or curse on your...
You can
but it's the internet.
Bro,
it's the internet, and over there you guys aren't censored, but over here we're censored. Well, that's what we were told when we were sponsored by Daily Motion. They're not censored. But anyway, so that's what we need. I would prefer... If we have a beta, it puts back the launch of the game like 6 months with all the data and everything. So... just having pro teams come out and break it. That's how you want to go. That's how I believe. So
Definitely.
That's what we need.
Definitely. Right. Okay. Just as a quickie at the moment, I'm going to apologise to everybody. Adam is really, really, really ill, and he's been quite sick. So I do apologise. He's got to go. You'll see him disappear. He's on and off the screen at the moment. He's staying and listening because he's a trooper and he's fighting through, but he's not really well. And if there's any problems with the mics or the noise, we've lost Ayrton a few times and things like that. We've never had as many people in a call before, and we've got so much going on, and it's just, we're going across the pond to Tyler as well. There's a lot going on, so please bear with us. We're doing the best we can. Okay, quickly, next one on to, you know what? I'm actually going to, Hamza, can we bring in Mr. Cooper? Is that possible? We'll bring in Mr. Cooper. He can turn his... Yes, we are doing UMG. That's what I'm going to, but he's to do with rain, so I'm going to ask Matt a little bit on that as well. Hello, Matt. You all right?
Yeah, you're right, mate.
Matt is on the show later on. Matt, also known as Kamikaze. He is the, am I right in saying, manager of Rain Ambush?
In a sense, yeah. I mean, Tyler kind of does a lot of the coordinating, as he's been speaking about before. So I'm also co-owner of Rain Esports now. I've bumped up that position, so I'm happy to say.
Guys, we're just going to talk really, really quickly about UMG. I think Harry's got a few things on UMG Chicago coming up. So we'll have you two join in the conversation. Harry, I'll let you take UMG away. It's only a quick thing, but the guys can listen at least.
Yeah, just really, really quickly. Not a lot of people know about the pretty much the newest event on the scene, UMG. They announced their Chicago event a couple of months back now. UMG have primarily run Call of Duty events before, and they've been really, really well presented. So I'm really excited to see how that one goes out. The next one is in Chicago. It's on June 22nd. It's $10,000. The prize pool. First place gets $7,500. Second place gets $1,500, and third gets $1,000, if I'm not mistaken. So there's a lot up for grabs there. UMG is a really, really, really professionally run event, and I'm really looking forward to see how the stream pans out, because they've got such talented casters, such as Golden Boy for the win. He's a really well-known Call of Duty caster. So he casted Halo a while back. I can't remember when. I think it was at an AGL event. I might be mistaken, but he was really, really good. So it's going to be a good stream to watch. I'm going to try and ramp up the coverage a bit on TopMid. So make sure you stay tuned. I'll have a stream page up. We'll have maybe some teams, maybe some Cs, maybe a bit of predictions. We'll see. But yeah, UMG Chicago, June 22nd. It's going to be a really, really fun weekend. I can't wait to see how Rain Ambush get on, especially now that they have a lot of competition. Any of the top 4 teams could give them a run for their money. On a good day. So it's going to be a good event. I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see a 4-peat from Ambush, man. The 4-peat. It's going to happen.
All right. So Matt, you can definitely confirm then that Rain Ambush will be attending UMG Chicago.
Yes, I can, and Tyler can confirm that as well.
Yep. Well, yeah. What are your feelings on UMG then, really quickly, Matt? What are you hoping to see? Obviously, a win.
Obviously, hoping to see a win. I'm hoping to see a professional tournament like AGL was. That was fantastic in my eyes. Quickly, I just want to talk about AGL 7 and honestly say, as strange as it is, I've never been so nervous when watching Halo before. Having Rain Ambush as amazing as they are as a team, I don't know whether it was just kind of like the pride of having them represent us or what, but they had it in the bag, and even in the finals, I'm kind of sitting there a bit nervous. They lost one game, and I'm kind of sitting there a bit nervous. So they completely had it in the bag. Maybe I'm a bit of a wuss, but yeah, they did amazing, and I'd just like to say thank you to them for all the tweets that they've done and representing us, and even shout out to Scott and Maven for giving us a good kind of coverage on stream as well. So yeah, hopefully UMG goes well. I'm pretty sure the boys have got it covered. They're going to start practicing soon. We got Mr. Coordinator over here, who's he's got it in the bag.
Do you want to come in on that, Tyler? What are your thoughts for UMG?
UMG is going to be great. I know UMG was there for Call of Duty when Call of Duty had nothing. They basically saved Call of Duty. Oh, I'm not going to say basically saved, but they helped. They helped a lot. And that's great that they wanted to get in. A big thing is that it's guaranteed money, right? So like when they say it's $10,000 for a tournament, and we want to get first because it's $7,000, and then the drop off is $1,500. So that's a lot of money. You know what I mean? That's a big drop. So that's guaranteed money. If there's 5 teams or if there's 40 teams, that's guaranteed. I think they'd bump it up if it was more teams, the actual cash prize, but. It's guaranteed money, so that's great. AGL is about payout, so it's about how many teams show up to a payout. So that's great as well. The classic dropping Russo and picking up Roy is going to be fun to watch. Like I said, I heard that Roy is going to try to get a stream up soon. He's trying to get his twin brother lunch to get the stream settings up and help him run it. So that's going to be cool. I hope to see. I want to see Classic versus Warriors V2 because I know we saw that at AGL 7 and that was great. But I think this time, with more practice on the Warriors side, with Roy just picking the game up again, the playing field is kind of even. Maybe more in favor of Warriors because Goofy's been playing for a while. They just didn't practice together as a squad, and that's gonna be very exciting. I'm always fun. I mean, it's always fun to be in the finals, but it's gonna be real fun to watch that. And I expect us to be in the finals and win it, actually. So, and I might be excited, a little cocky and whatever, but I'm American, right?
Cocky. Oh,
I'm American.
You going for the how did you describe it? Slinky, the 4P?
It's the 4-peat.
4-peat.
We it's like it's a 4-peat.
Yeah.
It's like a repeat over and over. I've been to, there's 7 AGLs. Oh shit. There's 7 AGLs and I've been to 5 and I've won every one I've been to. Oh, I've been a part of the team that has won. So I haven't lost and I don't plan on losing yet.
So this next event is going to be kind of like a 6-peat.
Yeah, well for me, well not a 6-peat because we had Dallas and we got second at Dallas, which we should have won. Some people just a little anxious. I guess I'll just say that.
Say no more. Say no more. Right, guys, we are going to move on there. UMG real quick. Okay. We are now moving on to the big announcement of tonight. We have both, as we've seen, we've got Matt Cooper and Ayrton. Sorry, I don't know your second name, Ayrton. We've got them both on the show. They are in charge of the Team Rain, and this is also who is currently sponsoring Team Ambush, Rain Ambush at the moment. They've got a massive announcement, which I'm going to say from us all here at Back to Basics to thank you both for letting us share this with the community. It's a good thing for us as well to share, and we're proud to share it for you. So, Hamza in the background is now going to show you the video of what Matt is here to talk to you about. Hamza, take it away. So guys, what do you think to that? That is one hell of a video. Right this second, we just lost Ayrton. Just coming out of the video, not the best of times. We're going to try and get him right back now. So, I don't even want to announce this. I'm going to let the man, Matt Cooper, a.k.a. Kamikaze, or as we all at TopMid know him, Cammy, the face behind Rain. Cammy, take it away, homeboy. Tell us what it's all about.
Okay, basically, this is Revolution. It is a media hub for all things esports. It's launching with Halo 4. It's primarily for the integration of the European communities. Professional content, high quality content, made by you, for you. Realistically, we want to get everyone involved. At the moment, as you can see from the people involved at the end of that video there's quite a few people involved. Obviously, Ayrton's just coming back now, so he can join me in on this. Basically, we've been talking to the French, and they are absolutely buzzing for this. This is basically what the European communities need. You know, TopMid is massive. Everyone kind of knows who we are. Outside of, you know, North America, we're kind of the hub really here. And I'd say, like in the past, we've kind of included Europe, but we probably haven't included them enough. And that's kind of what I've been seeing from the European communities, and yeah, like I say, the French are absolutely buzzing. The people that run events, Psycom, you know, King of the Hill, I'm quite good friends with them now, and they're really, really interested in getting involved in anything we do. You know, we're talking to Talik, top players from around Europe, and obviously, you know, Rain Ambush, High Society are involved, but that's not, you know, that's just for launch at the minute. You know, everyone needs to be involved. We want everybody to push this because it's non-profit. You know, it's not for us. It's not for Rain. It's powered by Rain. We've laid, you know, the foundations, framework, the people behind the scenes like Harry, Smudge Dread, Smith. He's done all our logos for free. You know, the sorts of things that had cost a lot of money. You know, he's done this stuff because he loves the community. He loves the game, just like we all do sitting here. And you know, just kind of like this show, really. It's for the community, and it's kind of for nothing, really. We want to do it to help everyone, and I know Rain has got a bit of bad press in the past, and to be honest, we're both here now, and doing all this work most hours of the day to kind of set that straight, really, to put our side across. And Rain's always been about the community. We might not have shown it the right ways. People might have might have thought that we've been a bit immature in the way that we've been doing things, but we're growing. You know, we've got a lot of people involved now. I think you can see by, you know, teaming with, you know, Ambush and obviously Revolution are with High Society as well. So that's kind of the top two teams, really, obviously Europe and North America. And yeah, realistically, we want as many people as we can involved. The Italians are involved as well. They're buzzing as well, and I mean, it's all round good vibes at the minute. So hopefully we can start to produce like a lot of good content for you.
Okay, so straight off the bat, Revolution then, it's kind of like, if anyone remembers the MLG game room, am I right in saying it's kind of like that?
It's kind of like that. We're going to be doing a huge amount of stuff, but at the minute it's in its infancy. You know, I wanted to bring you the communities in general, and when I say you, I don't just mean, you know, just Europe, just everyone involved, but mainly Europe at the minute. I wanted to bring you something that was an idea, but also had foundations and the framework built so that it could progress. We've got people involved that can make it happen. We've got extremely talented players, casters, montage makers, commentators, and we kind of want to get the community involved to vote who they want to be commentating on their projects, what projects they'd like to see, what things you want to see in the community. And obviously events online such as the Astro Cup are huge. Anything that Revolution can do, obviously through Rain as well, anything that anybody can do really, we want to push. We've been looking at Shady Tales' Forge contest, posted that around, tried to get as much interest as possible, because I know I haven't personally noticed it. Obviously I'm quite busy at the minute, but if it hasn't come to my attention, then it needs to get out there, because I'm generally clued up on what's going on. So yeah, basically it's kind of for the community, by the community. We want everybody to be involved, and I hope you all will be.
Okay, I'm going to pass it over to Ayrton Wentworth, aka Rain Rebel, or Mr. Rebel, as many other people. You are the owner of Rain Esports. Welcome to the show, and thanks for coming on.
Oh, no problem, mate. Thanks for having me.
not a lot of people probably know you as such. A lot of people know Matt as you're quite a quiet guy, sat back in the foundations of Halo and things. To you, what is Rain all about, and further than that, what is Revolution going to do for the gaming industry?
Well, okay, I'll touch on Rain quickly first. That was originally, like, I like Halo. I've always played Halo. I say I like it. I'm better off saying I love it without sounding homo, whatever you want to say. And but I wanted to do something for it. And first it was sponsoring teams. So at AGL we had Vicious Reality and Devastation. That went great. Now we've got Ambush, Deception, and Vicious Reality. And now Revolution's here, which, thanks to Matt, is a great project. Huge ideas. Loads of projects within Revolution, online tournaments, different sorts of shows, things that I don't think Halo, like media-wise, has seen before are going to be done. We don't want to exclude anybody. I mean, there's a lot of people that might sit there and feel, oh, but this is, it feels a bit big or something when it comes. That might sound a bit egotistical, but it's not. It's for anybody. You can just come into the community for half a day, and we're happy to do whatever you want us to do to help you promote yourself, promote teams, promote orgs, sponsors that back orgs, anything to help esports grow in general, really.
Upon watching the video at the end, we saw a Mad Catz logo on the end. Can you give us a bit of info on that at the end of that? What's that logo all about, and what will be going on with them? Are you partnering with them, or?
There's a lot of things that we can and can't say. Sorry to butt in. There's a lot of things we can and can't say.
He slammed on that one, didn't he? He slammed on that one.
We've got them in there for a reason. They're also to do with HS, as you probably may know. We've done a lot of work with High Society, ESPL Live. Huge amounts of gratitude goes out to Warren, who manages High Society, for being absolutely brilliant. There's kind of a lot of things that we're going to keep under wraps for now, but they're coming out thick and fast after this, really.
Is there anything that you can right now tell the community what is coming?
What is coming? Like I think Ayrton mentioned about newer players. There's projects in the way of promoting newer players. Obviously, we want to touch on as much as we possibly can in terms of projects that highlight the growth of certain players. If you look at people like Septic, for instance, the growth of his game and how he's come along will just be incredible to kind of view and show newer players that you don't just come in and achieve greatness. You have to work for it. You have to go from the bottom team and progress upwards. I mean, sometimes it's lucky. I mean, my first event I placed second, so it's not always that way. It was a 10k tournament as well, and we know we don't have many of them over here now. That's something we're looking to kind of help with. Prize pools, events in the future. I mean, it's a big deal, but like I said, it's an idea. It's in its infancy. We want to help it grow. What I can say and basically kind of point out that this is non-profit for us. Whatever comes in terms of projects or events goes straight back in. We want to use the money that we have because we love the game. Ayrton's money. You know what I mean? Basically, want to use that money in all seriousness to help communities grow. I mean, the Italians, they don't even have proper events. And they can't stream. They don't have any streaming equipment. How easy would that be to sort out for some sponsors out there? Just got products on the shelves, not doing anything. I mean, it's a no-brainer, really. You want esports to grow, you build up communities, and that's what we're aiming to do. Integration to stop the segregation, basically. And hopefully everyone gets involved, like the French and the Italians. Obviously, Spain's a bit of a hard nut to crack because they've got everything covered, but they're doing things the right way. They're building up their own scene and then letting people in. I'd say I'd like to see a bit more of people being let in. They could have Ambush over. They could have, big teams over for their tournaments and gain a huge amount of popularity from it. And I've heard it's pretty much like one of the best events. People say, I remember that, like Dash said, I2K said, it was one of the best events he's ever seen and ever been to. He's not been to an MLG, so I'm not sure. I think the Bucks were saying that it's one of the best events they've ever been to. So if they've got that, I mean, they could at least share some tips, I'll be talking to them soon. I'm pretty much talking to the majority of people at the minute, so I've been working, all day straight for most of the time. So yeah, we just want to be open and honest, and transparency is the key. So,
Can I jump in on that one? Do you plan, if you're wanting to give something back to the community? I know we've spoke about this on Skype before, but do you plan on working with or doing anything for, or is there anything in the pipeline to do with I-49?
There is. What I can say at the minute is we are talking to different people. Obviously, there's been kind of things in the pipeline that I'm not going to talk about.
Yeah, that's fine.
Not including us. Now we've kind of just jumped in a bit and kind of said, how can we help? You know, we're not here to step on anyone's toes at all in any community. We're here to help. That's what Revolution is. It's kind of like bringing people together and making sure that we all can flourish. You know, we can all kind of put something into it. Just like you were saying with the donations. I forgot what it's called. Black Magic, was it?
Yeah.
Something like that would be hugely beneficial. Now, we are looking to run an online event, the Revolution Championship Series, which we can talk about now. But we want some ideas of how you want it to be seen. It's an event for you, and we want to know how you want it structured. We want the money to be going to teams. So we're looking to fund a team to go to the event and follow them, and just basically, you know, give them the coverage that they deserve. But we also don't want the money going out of esports. We don't want it going down to Eddie Leck's pub. Do you know what I mean? We want it kind of staying in esports. You know what I mean? So we want your idea.
From my point of view, yes, people do like hard-earned cash. I agree on that one. But like you said, you want it to actually go back into the industry, and you want it to come back in. I think as a prize, you know, everyone's going to say, "Oh, we want money," but I think people should actually earn it, and I think people should work for it. You don't just get cash for nothing. Me personally, you really want to be looking to do what Kara's done. You want to give people prizes. You want to actually give them something worth winning. All right, yeah, fair play, cash is worth winning, but I think you should get cash when you go and win a tournament. You work your ass off, and you actually earn that money. Right now, I think you should actually give something like, kind of like what does my boss call it? A carrot on a stick, as such.
Yep.
You want to tempt people in, and you want to be looking at, you know, headsets, things like that. Even like the AGL Online Cup, not Slumback, giving them, say, right, we'll back you, we'll pay for your ticket. Like you just mentioned that, we'll pay for your tickets, or Insomnia or something like that. You want to get people in and coax people in. So yeah, I'm okay. Well, so we're going to be seeing a Revolution Championship soon. Did you say?
Yep, Championship Series, and we will be looking to kind of build from what we've just spoke about, put it on the forums, and see what everybody wants. What we want to do is kind of, like I said, lay the foundations, lay the framework, and let people come together and see what they want as a collective, and then we go ahead with the right people involved and do it. It's simple, really. It's kind of everyone coming together, talking about what they want, and then handing it over to a team of selected people by the community and getting on with it. That's basically what it is.
Okay. Edson, I want to come back to yourself there. You've been quite quiet at the moment. We've if people right now are wanting to A, know about Rain, B, put forward their ideas and talk to Rain about their ideas and their input and things like that, or even C, just generally want to have a chat or know about you or know about the team or know about Revolution, what do people need to do to get in contact with you or to come and see you or to put their ideas? What do people need to do? What are you looking for people, or from people, should I say, from the forums and things like that?
Well, from tomorrow, this is going to be pretty much all over TopMid and every other forum that we've spoken to, and they're all very eager to put it everywhere. You can post your views in there, you can private message me on TopMid, you can add me on Skype, which is Ayrton.Wentworth, which, well, okay, if you want to spell it, it's AYRTON.WENTWORTH. And I've got time to talk to everybody and anybody. I'm not going to blank your messages. I'm not going to not accept you. You know, we're doing this for you. I'm going to put all the effort in to hear your point of view.
And is there anything specifically that you're looking for? Are there any certain types of people out there? Or are there any, I don't know, is there anything specific that you're looking to get out of this video and out of this from people? Is there anything that Rain and Revolution want? Or anything you want?
Participation would be nice. You know, we're going to be putting a lot of effort into it. We don't really want a lot out of it. We just want people to get involved, support it, because it's not for us in the slightest. Well, okay, it is because it's Halo and we're going to see Halo grow, and that's what we're here for. But besides that, you know, it's all for you. The more ideas you put across that we can do for you, you get your ideas, you're happy.
Sweet. Right, I think that pretty much sums up I'm going to open it to both of you, Matt, and is there anything that you want to say that we haven't covered before we leave it there, or are we all thumbs up, we all good? Yeah?
Yeah, we're good, we're good.
Right, sweet. Guys, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show, and I'm going to say from us at Back to Basics, good luck with Revolution, and I hope this show helps you promote this, and we'll certainly push it out. And Harry, is anything as a player or as a TopMid content provider, anything that you think, anything to say on this Revolution?
Really, I think it's really, really good, because any sort of provision to help any sort of community grow, it's a good thing. I mean, as long as people get behind this and they utilise this, and as long as Rain and Revolution, this project, are behind and fully committed, and as I'm sure they are, to getting behind the community, then I'm sure this will be such a great a project. It'll be really, really good. I can't wait to see how it flourishes. So yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think as my old saying, my dad used to say, never, a bit cynical, but never look a gift horse in mouth. I think if someone's going to provide something for you for free as well, it's for free at the end of the day. What have you got to lose at the end of the day? Guys, thank you very much for joining us, and good luck with it. Right, the final part of the show. We've heard from Tyler himself at the start, comment on different things, but we are going to move on to Tyler. Tyler, you there?
I'm here.
All right, okay. So we've got some. We thought we'd round it up with yourself, do a bit of a one-on-one interview kind of thing. As you said before, we know you like talking, but we love to listen, bro. This is what this show's all about. It's a community thing, and the more time we can spend talking about Halo, I could sit here and talk about Halo 2 all day. I'm so old and boring. All right then, we're gonna throw it straight to you and kick it off. Can you tell us, for the whole world that don't know you, tell us who you are, what you're about, and in your Halo career, what you have done?
Well, my name is Tyler. My last name's Hoyt. My gamer tag is Diesel, which is my middle name, so that's awesome. Because a lot of people don't know I'm a giant person. I'm like 6'8". I don't know what that is for you guys, but I'm a huge person. Like LeBron James, if you follow basketball. But I am the coach of Ambush. We're the #1 ranked Halo team in the world right now, and we're on a little streak, a little hot streak. We've won 3 AGLs in a row, and we're going for our 4th tournament victory, not an AGL victory, but tournament victory. UMG Halo, it's the first UMG, and there should be some more UMGs, hopefully. And yeah, basically, I do a lot of the content for Ambush, what Ambush puts out, like the top 5s, the commentaries that we do, a lot of like the camera behind the scenes, like kind of like I did one of Pure versus, I forget who they played, but Pure versus Severance at AGL Pittsburgh, and it was like pretty cool, like the reaction of them coming back and winning the series, and I do stuff like that, and that's at our YouTube. youtube.com/ambush halo. So if you want to go check out some great content, it's there. And that's about it. I mean, you can follow me on Twitter at Tyler Hoyt. That's me. But yeah, that's basically who I am. Okay.
It's generally all I'm kind of doing I'm throwing it back to yourself really to talk about it. Tell us about Team Ambush, and also if you don't mind, just for the guys on here, tell us about the cooperation with Rain as well. Once we've gone on to that one, kind of working both into each other.
Team Ambush is a team that's made up of Richie Hines, Eric Snipedown, Rona, Matt Formal Piper, and Justin Pistola Dees. So we got Hines, Snipedown, Formal, and Pistola as members and team players. And then you have me as the coach / coordinator / manager / 5th member, whatever you want to call me. That's who I am. They've been around the scene, the Halo scene, for a while. The cool thing is that every member on Ambush has been on Ambush before this. So In 2008, the first Halo 3 event, Snipe Down was on it, and he got 7th place. The first time Ambush the name was ever used at an event, they got 7th. And then Richie and Pistola were on it, and they made that crazy comeback against Straight Rippin' back in the day, later in 2008. And Formal's first professional team was Ambush. It's the first team he got on. And I guess this was my first time ever being on Ambush. I was the coach of Status Quo before this, but yeah. So Ambush is just a team where we're looking to win every tournament we go to. If that happens, if it happens that we go across the pond and go to AGL or any of the I series, we'll be looking to win that. We're looking to win every UMG, every AGL. Hopefully MLG picks up Halo soon. They might be looking for a new game. So that's a hint. I probably shouldn't have hinted that. But anyway, so yeah. So basically, we're just looking to win everything. And with working with Rain, they're amazing guys so far. So like basically everything at the beginning, because it's actually really funny. One day I have insomnia a little bit, and I was up, and I stumbled upon the Halo Hour. It's you guys know what that is, I believe. And it talked about you guys' forums, so I went on there and I checked it out. I posted our YouTube, because we're trying to spread out not just to North American teams, but to every other community in the world. And we posted our stuff, and if I wouldn't have done that, and if I wouldn't have been up, I probably wouldn't have got a hold of Matt and the Rain guys, and probably wouldn't be sponsored by them. So it was an awesome thing. I'm happy to participate in Back to Basics, and Halo Hour was awesome. So without them, I probably wouldn't have been able to work with Rain. And with Rain, we're just like a sponsor. They're helping us with getting to events, because a lot of us are, all the players are in college, and they take all their money and it's towards food, shelter, and schooling, and maybe from gas to get to places time to time. But they help us, and we promote them, or we're probably going to be doing content with them soon. When we get our jerseys made, their logo's going to go right here. We represent them as Rain. As we are Rain Ambush. Rain is awesome because it's like a reign of Ambush right now. We're ruling everything in Halo world. But we're just working together. We're down to do whatever we need to do to promote them and help them out as much as possible. So that's about it.
Good. Okay. Answer me this then. I know you don't like the terminology, coach. Just for this, I'm just going to use it for the sake. We use coordinator then. What is it like being a coordinator and being behind the four guys playing? How does it feel to be behind them and not, don't do this offensively, but not sat at the stations as such? Are you still not bothered because you're still a part of that team, or would you prefer to be sat in the seat?
No, I used to be a player, and I got beat by this Canadian team, G-Spot, in 2009. G-Spot was a player, best 10 cents player ever, by the way. But I got beat for getting top 32, and I just thought it was my time. And then I got introduced to coaching by one of my best friends, Flamesword from Status Quo, and then I coached them for the whole 2011 season. And then I got on Ambush, but before that I was on Dynasty for one event. But other than that, I love to coach. It's I'll say coach, quotation, you know what I mean? But I love to coach, but I just like helping out and winning. Helping them, knowing when people are spawning, knowing where to run the flag, knowing where spawns are. There's a lot that goes into coaching. Maybe not every coach does it, but I know I certainly do. So, I mean, I would love to be playing, but I play every day. I'm in the game learning, jumps, grenade spots. I'm watching scrims, seeing what like other teams like weak game types are, what their strong game types are, learning what Ninja does on his like spawn on a drift. I don't think you guys play a drift flag, but we do. And knowing what certain people do, their tendencies of each game, and I give that to my team, and they learn and they counter that, and it's been working so far. So I'm good at what I do, and I help the team out. So I'm going to continue to do this until I suck, I guess. But I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Okay. No, as I said before, I think even from my point of view, and I don't know if everyone else's point of view is on this, but yes, Rain Ambush is a team of 4, but while you're at AGL and you're stood behind, you are, to me, a team of 5 at the end of the day. You're not. You're a member of that team. It's regardless, but it's you must be doing something right, because between 5 of you, you're winning events. It seems like a good relationship that you got going on there. So all I can say is keep going for it, and I hope you win many more events. And I'm sure both Matt and Ayrton mimic my thoughts of that. Thumbs up there in the background. All right, then. So we kind of touched on. I don't think there's any really reason to ask you about AGL unless you want to speak some more about it. It's entirely up to you. I know you. You were there.
Yeah, it was. AGL was it's probably the best tournament for Halo 4 thus far. I mean, the MLG Dallas tournament, the exhibition was great because of all the teams and the participation, and all the old faces were there. Believe me, I wish it was still like that, but we didn't have chairs. It sucked. But right now, like that was the best tournament thus far. Competition-wise, it was great. I was happy to see Status Quo back up to like the top tier of teams, and I think that the top 4 teams are solidified right now. So it kind of has a Halo 2 feel to it, you know, and like where the top four, there's a big skill gap between teams. There's like really 4 major teams out there, and that's how it was in Halo 2. So it's kind of like the Halo 2 feel. A lot of venues are smaller. Everyone's more close knit, which is awesome. It's cool to have. I think this is helping us out where before Halo was just given. It was just given the success. You know what I mean? Like we didn't have to earn it. We didn't build up from anything. Everyone just played it. We had big tournaments right off the bat. Call of Duty, they went from nothing to something big, and that's why the following is so big. The competitive following is pretty huge. So and like going through a rough patch brings people close together, and then strengthens your community as a whole and as one. And then it's fun for the whole community instead of just like a group. Because in Halo 3 and Halo Reach, it was like there was 2 communities. There was the amateur community, and then the professional community, the pro. And it was like really close-knit in the pro community, and everybody knew everybody, everyone had fun together, and then they didn't really know anyone else. But now we know people like Spartan the Dog and Trey Try and Devin, Aptitude, Gabriel, all of them, and it's becoming like more of a, instead of just a small family, it's like everyone's becoming a family. And we need that to, be successful later with Halo 5 or Halo on Xbox One or whatever they want to call it. Later down the line, we're going to be successful because we're building up a backbone, and we're starting where we should have started a long time ago. But AGL was amazing. That was
No, it's fine. I couldn't agree with you more of half of the stuff you're saying, to be honest with you. It's I'm like everybody else. I'm just sat here listening to you, and it's incredible because you're there and you've seen the test of time and things like that. So it's I could sit here and listen to you. Your voice is like a warm cup of hot chocolate.
Just wait until I get the Astros and want to do the countdown, and then you'll feel like you're at home.
All right then. We're going to wrap it up shortly, but can you, for a final thing then, we've got UMG coming up, and we've got obviously AGL 8. 1, how do you think you guys are going to do? And 2, what are you looking for? Well, give us a couple of overviews then. What you guys are looking to do? Obviously, I know you're going to say win, but who you think is going to do well, who you want to see, and what you want to see over the next few events?
Well, I want to see I honestly, I don't know. Every time AGL has had a tournament, they've always bettered. Like, they've always done something new, and that's amazing, right? They have the Black Magic, it's like 12 POVs or whatever, like what you guys are looking at getting. So that's great. That's a great capture card. And they went from having 2 screens at AGL Chicago, AGL 3, to having they have like 12 screens, like 12 POVs now. That's amazing. So I'm looking for something big from them at AGL 8. With competition going to UMG next week, competition is going to be great. We have Roy coming back, which we've talked about that in this episode already. That's huge because then that brings more people into watching it, and it might get the Ogres. Well, and by Ogres I mean Ogre 2, not Ogre 1, because he's in Australia. But Ogre 2, he might want to get back into it. I think he's done with Call of Duty because he wasn't doing too well. So, but yeah. So hopefully, more people start getting into it. Top teams, we're gonna. I believe wholeheartedly that we're taking first every event. No one's gonna be able to challenge us, and that's probably really bad, but whatever. And then second, I'd say Status Quo is gonna go for second again. Warriors coming in third, and Classic, I just don't see Classic being able to beat Status Quo right now, and they'll probably match up against them first. But I really don't know seeding because it's a FFA. Top 2, you pick 2 members from your team for seeds, which hopefully will be, we'll get a snipe down out there and a Pistola. Pistola's amazing at FFAs, and he would have won this FFA, but it was on Simplex. Let's just say that I have all the faith in him. He would have won if it was on Onyx, but we had a bit of difficulties and technical difficulties, and it's whatever. But Cloud should have won it. I thought he was just playing amazing during Simplex, but he got robbed by Alumni a few times. But other than that, I see that's my top 4 teams. But then at AGL 8, I see Classic making a push for second. With about a month of practice with Roy, it's going to be pretty scary. He's already dropping like 20 plus 20s in games, so I mean his shots there. You can't unzoom Roy, so it's just going to be amazing.
Right. Okay. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up there. Tyler, from me and probably me and the team here, and probably the rest of the EU community, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on. It's been a pleasure having the show, man. It's been really, really good.
Thank you for having me on.
No, any time. I know you said you enjoy talking. Seriously, you ever got something to say? You want to come on here and say it. I
Honestly,
really don't mind.
I could just listen to it all day.
I'll try to get some of the players to hop on. Maybe Ola. I know Ola likes to be on shows. So.
Oh man, if you could get as a player, that would be the greatest thing ever. Seriously.
Maybe Gandhi and Maven. I know they're trying to reach out. They're pretty awesome guys.
We are trying. We're kind of at the moment with the transition. I mean, it kind of came about last week when I give the shout out to Beyond, and then they put us on the front page, and I've got Saucy now on Skype, and I've been chatting to him and things like that. If there's guys, if you're quite in with guys and you can help us to get them on here, this is kind of what we want. I mean, it did start off originally as an EU-based show, but we're now. I personally, I'm one about. I mean, I'm really strong on like the EU using ghost settings, like for competition, things like that. I'm very strong on bringing us together, and not just being EU, US. Yeah. I want us to be, especially if we're going to get dedicated servers in Halo 5 that we can play with each other. There's no better reason why we shouldn't start working together and doing things like this. So if there's anybody that you can, even if you want to come back on with them, man, if you want to bring members on the team on, have you got anything that you want to say before or after UMG, AGL? Even if you get Gandhi and Maven on, wow, that'll just be insane.
Yeah. I mean, you guys were. It was fun. It was. There's a lot of information being passed around. I could probably get, like I said, Pistola would probably hop on. Gandhi's always looking to do some shows, so to have him, you probably need a little country hillbilly over there in Europe just to show off our American ways. But God, he's such a hillbilly. Anyway, but yeah, so like, yeah, I'm gonna talk to them, try to get them out here. Like I said, you guys did amazing. I also agree with you that we should all be playing on the same settings, because like, what if there was like a Halo XP, like a COD XP event where other teams came from different countries, and you guys weren't playing on the same maps we were playing because Ghost works with Virgin Gaming. He works with 343. He's been out there. They're going to use throwdown settings. It's in the, it's in the playlist. Like, it's in the game. So that would just be like, that would suck for you guys because you'd have to learn Abandon. You'd have to learn Adrift. And right now, Abandon, the new Abandon, it's very balanced. The spawns aren't just back purple and back blue. It's everywhere. You could spawn in gold. So the game's changed so much with what they've done. They actually figured out the spawn system a little bit. So the V4 settings are actually on those two maps. They play really well, and we have to kind of support. Not everybody can play a gray-white map. You know what I mean? The viewers don't want to see that. Even if Gandhi and Maven are hilarious and make the game easy to watch, no one wants to watch a white screen, like a white map all the time. So
I mean, I've kind of said that from day one. It's like when Ninja came over, he was obviously scrimming with his team at the time, Tech, and he was using different settings and learning different things. Now, whether, regardless, just because he enjoyed the 4-shot and he couldn't stop saying that on stream and things like that, but still, nobody's really going to want to practice and stop scrimming and come away just to go to one event. It's all in the pipeline, and I can eventually see it one day, especially if, I think we've spoke about this before, if Spain, France, Germany, if their tournaments, the one in Amsterdam Reflex, they all went to Ghost settings, and I think we would have ultimately no option than to follow the Ghost settings, because then we'd be alienated from the rest of the EU population, and it just wouldn't make for good measure, really, and for keeping in track with one another. But yeah, I'm all about building bridges here, and we here want to. This is now, especially with yourself coming on here, it's breaking the gap into the US market. We're a Halo show. We're not just an EU show. We are a Halo show. Everything about Halo. So, yeah, to wrap it up, I want to say once again, massive, massive thank you for coming on, and you are more than welcome to come on anytime you like.
Thank you too, man. Thank you.
Good luck for UMG and AGL, and good luck to the guys as well, number one. Again, you want to follow. What was your YouTube?
You want to follow us first on Twitter. It's at Ambush Halo. Our YouTube is youtube.com/Ambush Halo. My Twitter is at Tyler Hoyt, TYLER, HOYT. Follow Rain Esports. They're amazing. They're going to be doing a lot for us. We want to give a shout out to TGN. That's our YouTube network. They help us out. They give us they helped us out with CPM and everything, getting us paid for doing all our content. And that's basically who we represent right now. Battlefield Knoxville, UMG Gaming, and AGL. Man, just want a big thanks to everybody that is still sticking with Halo, and shout out to you guys too, man. You guys are doing great, keeping it alive over there. I know it's a little bit smaller community, but you guys, like I said, a small community is a tight-knit community. It's great.
Yeah,
family.
Definitely. Everyone knows everybody. It's great. Right. Okay. We are going to wrap it up here then, guys. If you've watched it on, you've stuck with us. Thank you very, very much. All the timestamps are on there. I'm really sorry about any network problems we've had. I know a couple of drop-offs here and there. It's getting to the end of the show and everything's working perfectly. It always happens. Adam, obviously, I want to apologise for Adam dropping off. Adam, when you watch this back, I hope you're all right, mate. I know you're not feeling well, and he did say he did come on and he did fire through and stay with it for a little bit, even though he's really not well. Hamza, as ever, thank you in the background running all this. I know it's late, but I know you need to get into bed, and we wrap this up. Matt and Ayrton, guys, thank you very, very much for coming on and showing us Revolution. I really do hope it pays off for you, and I hope people take away from this what you wanted, and you get out of this what you wanted. I believe Revolution's a big thing. Matt, do you have any Twitters or YouTubes that you'd like guys to follow or start searching for? Just finally to wrap it up. He's just putting his mic on. Oh, he's probably unplugged it. Nope, he's off. Ayrton, can we pass to you? Do you have anything that the guys can follow?
Right, the Revolution YouTubes and stuff will all be in the announcement thread tomorrow. But if you could all please follow at Rain Esports on Twitter, that would be absolutely fantastic.
Right, not a problem. Yeah, you just did it. Harry, did you want to say something? Did I miss you out there?
Yeah, I just wanted to say again a massive thank you to all our guests, Rebel, Kamikaze, and especially Diesel. It was such a good show, and I enjoyed listening to each and every one of you. I'm really excited to see how Ambush do at Chicago in 2 weekends' time, and I'm really excited to see how Revolution pans out. Next week's show, we are going to have a Halo Bulletin to cover. That's going to be so much fun. I've missed a Halo Bulletin this week. I kind of feel a bit lost without it.
It was worth
it,
though.
Oh, definitely. And we're going to go a bit more in depth into UMG Chicago. All the lineups and stuff will all be finalised, so we'll have a bit more of an insight into how that event's going to pan out. Other than that, next week's show is pretty much going to be centred on UMG, and I can't wait for it. So
yeah, it's going to be good. Yeah, well, you know what? We're going to leave it there right now because we are knocking on. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Remember, follow us on Twitter. You've got all the tags below. Give us a follow. If you want to get in touch with me, anybody from America, anyone wants to talk to me about getting on the show, add me on Skype. It's just Sims, SIMMS, V2, just the number 2. That is all it is. Get me on there if you want to talk. Follow us on YouTube. It is backtobasics.tv. Am I right on that one, Harry?
It's just back
to Basics TV.
To the word Basics TV, all one word.
Get us followed on there. Keep up to date with everything in the US and EU. Guys, thanks for watching. Take care. Good night.